Hey, it's Elliot Farro at Farro's Lead Farm. So, got one of these new super cool combat rails from Midwest Industries. This is kind of their latest, greatest rail. So we're gonna just show you how to put it on. I'm a super fan of Midwest Industries. As you can tell, I got plenty of their mouse pads. But anyway, this one here is a 15-inch rail. So dead nuts at 15, which is pretty cool. The way it attaches looks like it's gonna be pretty awesome too. So I'll show you that in a second. Nothing too rocket surgery about this. Using a Rock River Arms stripped upper here, and then I got a Rock River Arms 1-9 chrome line barrel, which is kind of cool, 16-inch. And so we will slap this together without further ado. So first things first, you need your little barrel nut wrench here. So it'll just go on with a 1/2 inch on any 1/2 inch drive, or you can use an adapter. And then it comes with the Allen wrenches, but I like to use the old fat wrench here. So let's take this off. This is my first time putting one of these rails on, so it shall be a good test to see if it's gonna be easy or not. All right, so then I'll pull the barrel nut out from the back here. We'll take the upper, go ahead and check that up in the old Vice-O-Matic here. We'll do it probably this way so you guys can see it a little easier. I think will work better. All right. I already kind of faced this upper. You don't have to do that. I just kind of like doing that. Makes me feel super special about myself. All right. So then I'll just put some grease or anti-seize, whatever you have. You want to put a nice liberal coating on the old threads, just so you're not screwing over the next guy that has to do this, if he wants to take it on and off. All right, throwing my good 5.56 barrel on there. Now I'm going to take the included barrel nut. You see here it's got a little ring, which is kind of neat because then this little tab's going to go inside there and prevent that rail from sliding off. So kind of cool. No more Loctite or anything. Slide that bad mammer jammer on. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Put that dude on there like that. And then we shall grab our barrel nut wrench, like so. Give it a little snugging. We'll back it up. Give it a little snugging. Back it up. You can do this however many times you want, but I feel like at least 3 times is kind of a good number. So here, we'll feel it out. All right, so good and tight, life is good. Now I'm gonna go on with my low pro gas block. This is a mid-length, so I got a little mid-length gas tube on a mid-length low pro gas block. So run that on. We can always adjust this later, but just for the video, we'll snug it down. Good enough for government work, like so. One more. So, all right, and now your actual rail itself includes a rail section. So kind of don't freak out if you can't get it out just by shaking it. Just stick a punch down through there and you'll get your little M-lock rail section out of there. So far pretty easy. We shall slide this thing right on. Like so. Look at that, lines up dead nuts already, which is pretty cool. So no math involved there. Doesn't seem to have any wiggle, and that's without the parts in it. I'll take this out just so you can kind of see. So I'm going to take this key, and you see how it's got a little nipple right on the front side of it. So I'm just going to drop that key in there like so, like so. We'll take the supplied bolts, run them through. I usually use around 50 inch-pounds on these, 55. I think is what they actually call for. So make sure that the rail hasn't loosened up or anything like that. Tighten it up. Do the front one. Just for government work. Do it again. Make it feel really positive. So that in a nutshell, right now the rail is installed. I mean, it could not be any easier. No dumb shims or left and right locky. I don't know if you guys have dealt with those some, maybe they're called Aero Precision rails, but anyway, they get kind of awful to install. Or there's another night rail out there. It's also pretty awful to install. Anyway, so this is just throwing it all back together. We'll put the old SIG suppressor on here. And I also want to check the rail itself to kind of see how that top Picatinny rail kind of specs out. So I have some stuff that's a little persnickety. So I'll just throw it on a lower. Like so. Alright, so in theory, boom, we've got our gun. But I kind of want to see how it'll work with, you know, putting some stuff actually on the rail. So here I'm just going to throw, this is a Vortex Razor 1:6. There's obviously better scopes out there now than this one, but I've always liked it. It seems to do the trick. Alright, so this EOTech night vision here, this is an M124. It gets pretty persnickety sometimes, but it seems to lock right in, so no problem. So I want to put my clip on. I have 15 inches of rail I can deal with, so even if I had like kind of a longer scope, you know, that came out to here, I have plenty of room to put this night vision on. So anyway, this thing, I already feel bad for it because it's gonna get pressed right in the surface as my coyote rifle. And if you guys follow me and the coyotes don't get along, so I hit them pretty serious. So we will be crossing a lot of barbed wire fences with this rail, and or maybe shooting from the mobile blind here or there. That may happen. But so far, this thing's awesome. I love how they kind of took that bottom off there, and this just looks bomb-proof in the back. With that, especially with that little key now going in here. So this rail cannot slide forward, and it's got the anti-rotation tabs on both sides of the upper, which is super badass. And you can see how they did their QD sockets for the sling swivel on the rear now, and they're nice and flush. They're kind of not real built up and weird looking. But yeah, that is a good looking rig right there. Midwest Industries combat rail. That could not be any simpler to assemble. That's that. All of our guns in the future, you will see this rail on. Alright, have fun, carry on, and buy your Midwest Industries rails. Combat rail. This thing is super powerful.